teams have cooked up for us because we're getting ready to ascend and parachute down into Nextera for our final 2 rounds of the grand finals. This is game number 5. Everything is on the line.
Rust down all the way down to Turbine, once again down the middle of the map. We send our flight path, opening the full map for everybody to play on. Now, if you do get hot drop, this time it's no mistake. This time it's not by force. You are literally planning this. You are aiming for some heads, and I wonder exactly who the predator is gonna be this time round.
Been a slow day so far, but I reckon the teams will step up the pace. This is do or die. Even on the billboard in game, team to beat EVOS with 72 points currently in first place. But for EVOS, they cannot rest on their laurels just yet.
Oh, not yet, man. I mean, we saw them kind of try, but then clunk out pretty badly on Alpine. That's not what you want if you're currently leading the fray. They had a wonderful opportunity to really extend that lead, but messed up, unfortunately. But that also gave a little bit of leeway for some of these other teams who are trying to climb up the leaderboard and become champions of the Esports World Cup. Gaming Gladiators are in a little bit of trouble because one of the teams that are strongly fighting to climb up the leaderboard is Fluxo, one of the favorites out of Brazil.
And if they drop to GG right now, the dream might end right then and there. For Fluxo, they have to somehow make it out of this. You can say the same for Gaming Gladiators. These two teams have their dreams laid on the line, and it might just come down to the next minute or two in this 4v4 at the Intellect Center, considering that they need to move into the circle.
Fluxo slowly circling around, trying to avoid these engagements first, most probably because of the loot that they've got in hand. Yago does manage to bring Kawan right back into the equation. A little bit of an early scuffle for Loud, but the recovery is as quick.
I was wondering, where did BRU go? I mean, you have Jonah at Museum for sure. BRU keeping it slow, keeping it steady. They're split up between Museum and Turbine, but the scan from Loud, perfect.
Oh, perfect. Now, Loud knows there's just one prey that they can hunt down here at the museum as they try to rotate around. And as Loud scans out Buriram, they get scanned out by Twisted Minds. We may just have a 3-way scuffle here shortly. 2 of those teams from Thailand, 1 from Brazil, and it's not going to look pretty at all. Speaking of a team from Thailand and Brazil, here comes Falcons about to engage with Fluxo.
This is going to be crucial. More crucial for Falcons than it is for Fluxo. Dreams are going to get crushed in just a bit. Falcons trying to find an opening to get to Fluxo, but so far, no luck just yet. And Team Falcons, they are going to take the back seat.
Let's see if or not they can slow things down to put themselves in an advantageous position, because off-screen Gaming Gladiators are staring right at them as well. A sniper most definitely can find that connection for Gaming Gladiators. A 3-way battle. And who is this going to fare towards as Fluxo slowly tries to rotate away from Falcons, not knowing that Gaming Gladiators await them behind these corners?
Bobs, he should know this. Raz turns the corner for a pre-fire, but finds himself in the middle of an unfavorable firefight. Backup does come in though. Kochu is there, plus the grenades also thrown as well. I wonder if this will attract the Team Falcons to come in for a third party.
Yeah, Tatsuya just saved the skins off the backs of Team Fluxo. Burst away, 18 Deer on the other hand, losing just a little bit of EP and his full health.
And
Chill right behind him, but no recovery whatsoever as Falcons just swoop on in to grab their prey.
What a timing from Team Falcons. They've been waiting for this moment.
One more!
Opportunistic Cosq nade in hand. More knocked on the side of Fluxo, puts in, hiding behind that glue wall, but on fire. He is already on track to get a few more.
A beautiful reposition by Fluxo. All 4 players now together. If they do get ambushed, they most definitely can stand their ground. Now, it's very rare to see such quick adjustments coming through from a squad. Brazil desperately wants this, and now with this reposition, it now poses a big question, Falcons. Do you want to re-engage? Answers no. One more says hasta la vista as he backs away.
It's pretty crazy that the circle does not include Intellect Center, but teams are showing up to the northern side of the map just to find some loot to work with. Even Loud has shown up, and they might run into Fluxo.
Uh-oh. And Fluxo trying to back away from Falcons, drop straight into the hands of Loud. Now this gives their Brazilian brothers a couple of extra chances to pick up some very much desperately needed points out here. We'll have to catch up with them in a little bit as Razor, the shots from above, they just want to camp up here for a little while, whilst their little brothers EWC Divine, currently leading the leaderboard, are right below them.
Absolutely. 3 members, 4 on that billboard. But this is it, Fluxo against Loud. Only one of them can earn that spot to continue this race. And Fluxo, they somehow need to find it. They're out in the blue. It's still the first circle, of course, but need to get through Loud is not going to be an easy task.
Come on, Tatsuya burst, but he could not get away. Lost 21 shows up at the wrong time, and the AUG sprays him down as well. Yago plays the survivor, who brings the quad back right in. But Drax, he unfortunately stepped into the wrong position, gets tagged up, not down just yet. Riptide Rhythm takes away the defense off of Yago, and now the boys are in a lot of trouble.
Loud somehow has to find a way out of this. We already saw the revive, but the rest of Loud needs to find a way to retreat from Fluxo. They cannot afford to lose any more members, not when they're in this position.
Saw the players of Fluxo rotating out, but they put up a fantastic fight up against Loud here. Neither squad really suffering a lot of damage, and they disengage with each other, backing away ever so slowly.
Man, look at how deep Fluxo are in the blue. This is going to take a while for them to even make it to the circle, considering the next one is forming very soon. RRQ still huddling up on this billboard at Plaza Ria.
It's still the first circle. Nothing much to cry about, but Portal Go laid out by who? That's the biggest question. Don't cry, most probably going to be stepping on in shortly. This was that replay earlier with the engagement between Buriram and Loud, where they saw Kawan step out of position and quickly took the opportunity to pick up the point off of him.
And Fluxo retreating so deep to the blue, finds themselves meeting against Team Falcons. Very unexpected encounter, and that's on fire, finding Bobs.
Beautiful Slay coming through, and unfortunately these teams, Fluxo as well as Loud, kind of in disarray at this point of time because they clashed against each other just moments ago. On that revive, who could barely pick up any loot for himself, got crushed by Team Falcons instead. So the slow pace comeback is still on its way. Fingers crossed they do find their rhythm. We've got 2 more games, 2 more maps, including this one, of course, for them to pick up as many as possible in terms of points. Now, Netshoes slowly moving on in for the mine, and they first mine off of Team Solid. Trap 7 taken down already. Guacha slowly backing away alongside Nyx, and nobody's going in for the chase just yet. I really love this. Now Netshoes splitting off into a 2-2 formation, trying to pincer down Team Solid.
And Team Solid, they were able to revive Trap, but that is still their key player. So if you are Netshoes miners, you have a better chance taking out TS, depending on where they want to go. In fact, for Netshoes miners, they are going to disengage completely.
PE Esports off screen, showing Gaming Gladiators how it's done. This is one of those teams that really needs that recovery, and it looks like they're shutting down player after player. Those revives are pretty strong from the side of Gaming Gladiators, though, being brought back as they get taken down. PE Esports now leading the fray with 4 eliminations. 18 DS going to be next on the menu with Liam just fresh on that revive, going for those coins. 500 coins in hand, should be able to buy back 1 player at minimum before he gets taken out if he is found.
Another rough spot for Gaming Gladiators. The entire Grand Finals, they have not been able to find a footing, and this could be that last hurrah. They will go for the revive right now at the vending machine, but we're 8 minutes in. It is pretty late into the game. They don't have much time left.
Yeah, 600 for a revive. It's going to be a little tough for him for a full squad revival, but he is most definitely going to be free to do so for quite a little bit. No other teams in or around his compound at this point of time. Falcons, as they continue to rotate outside of the zone, still taking advantage of the low damage that this blue zone gives them from the second circle.
This is the slowest we've seen Team Falcons play, but it's for the betterment, right? Is to keep that run for the trophy alive. Homer out, might be able to find that one member from Gaming Gladiators to end the hopes of this Indonesian team.
And as we talked about, he managed to buy that insurance, that 1 revival, so the team stays alive. All thanks to Lee. Coach Hill and Raz back in the matchup already for Gaming Gladiators, and Falcons, with that swoop on outside of the zone, they pick up 1 extra point for themselves.
Now turning our attention to Evo's Divine. Twisted Minds on the other end. You also see Fluxo on the far eastern side, but more importantly is for Twisted Minds to really step up the pace. They again went for the swap, right? Potato out and Nameless in. Nothing has worked so far.
Let's see if or not they can make that difference in this matchup. Evo's Divine sharing the compound here with Netshoes minus. Who gets to mine these points? It's all going to be dependent on who's a tad bit more flexible with those portal goals. And Netshoes on that roof is awaiting one of those players from the side of Evo's Divine to peek their heads out.
What a circle. It's favoring Netshoes miners and Evo's Divine. This could not happen better for Evo's in particular, especially if they want to maintain that lead. And Netshoes miners, They're not going to bush as well. The only one making a ruckus is going to be Trap 7, but let's shoot minus have found him.
Oh, and they push him out of the house, giving EVOS Divine an opportunity to pick up one extra point. Rock 7 gets the knock. Does it get stolen away? No, it does not. It gets the secure as well. One extra point mined out.
Did revive him, but again, with how small the circle is, there's really not much time even after revive to get yourself back into RRQ. Still deciding to hold on to the billboard. They're at the edge of the circle at this point, but eventually they gotta start moving.
Falcons going in here for a full team revive.
Wow, look at that scan from BRU. 11 people.
Yeah, they're not going to rotate over there. That's the beauty of R1. Shows you exactly when you should move on into a compound. And Buriram just found out that they should not be moving towards the compound of EVOS Divine that also holds Netshoes as well as Loud. Falcons, on the other hand, finding player after player from Gaimin Gladiators. And it's farming these boys at this point.
And it's just Gaimin Gladiators shattered in this grand finals. No more chance, and that's a guarantee. Falcons, though, not out of the woods just yet. G'day finding on fire.
And that's such a long shot coming through from G'day on the hop-up. Ray will find a quick nick as well with the M82B, but no knockdowns just yet. G'day continuously pelting all of these plays. Suppressive fire, all thanks to the mag size of the gun. And beautiful. This is what you call teamwork. When you can shoulder two of your team members, that's what you call teamwork.
Never skip leg days, people. I believe that's what they say. MT7 and Butson does go down. As General and Diamond finds that. G'day again, wanting to be a part of this, even though he doesn't need to. And it's Diamond to hide behind a couple of glue walls to weather the storm. That is Fluxo. Saming ends up going down to Drax and Twisted Minds. Not much left. Diamond as the last bastion.
Yeah, beautiful stuff out of Twisted Minds in the past, but for the grand finals, this has just been a lackluster setup from the squad. Diamond now being pelted by EVOS Divine. The glue wall's down as well. All he can do is stick to the very tight corner of this tent.
And PE Sport comes in for the Fisher. And also we saw Fluxo, the fairy tale has just ended. The chapter concluded thanks to Twisted Minds. Falcons still hiding in this small tent with PE Sports right beside them.
So no EWC championship for Fluxo. But for Falcons, it's very much still alive. EVOS Divine, it's very much still alive. AG Global, very much still alive. All three teams still out there on the battlefield, hoping and praying they do not get caught in a crazy gunfight. 9 more teams still out there surviving. This is about to turn into chaos, but PE Sports, solid run thus far, and elimination strong.
About to get really, really ugly. But I think if you are PE Sports, you're looking to take out Team Falcons first before you move deeper into the circle. Stop deal, both chipping in, and RQ's defense on top of the billboard starting to waver a little bit. They decided to come down. Time Turner, glue wall, all used. They need time to revive themselves, but stop finds to knock onto Dudes again. AG Global stopping RQ.
Yep, he can manage to get the pickup, but outside the circle, zone number 4, this has got to hurt. Team RRQ not in the best of spots right now, but they try to rotate long way around towards the right. And it's a beautiful link out of Cassie, the electrotherapy bond, giving him that extra HP that he needs. But Duds just could not survive that encounter.
And RRQ, they've been quiet so far. Waiting on the other end of the portal to find a freebie onto Mao. And that just makes things worse for RRQ.
Now you gotta hate the update on the portal go. Now everybody gets a little bit of an inkling if you're gonna arrive. PE Sports though, can they take out the Predators of this grand finals? EVOS Divine holding their ground strong and wiping the floor with PE Sports. Ray does get knocked down, but out of nowhere, Loud arrives. 3 players on the ground, and the Brazilians will shut this play down. On the opposite side stands Falcons to put an end to EVOS Divine, but Peter, LBG drops him, leaving Cosq to sold out this place, and PE Sports once again dropped the ball, but it's no fault of theirs as Falcons just waited, bided their time to strike.
And Lau is the biggest winner of that sequence. EVOS Divine, such a good opening, only to be squandered by one nade from all people. Kawan, Tattoo 13, found in the building, and he's most likely going to go down. But for Abax, oh boy, he is trapped.
Abax is just going to try to play for those placement points at this time. Can he get it though? Loud knows that he's awaiting right upstairs, all thanks to that ice grenade that he just... shot! What a headshot out of the Trogon! Apex, quick shot, buys himself a little bit more time. That backstep now, lost 21, a sliver of health. Apex does not wait to find out what he can do. The amazing maneuvering around the house, and now the boys of Loud are absolutely confused. He sidesteps all of them, gets away. Good blue wall, but traps himself in. Apex still wins out that gunfight. Finally brought down. A valiant effort from Apex and EVOS.
The best possible fight he could put up in that situation. He made Loud work for it. But thankfully for Loud, all members still standing. Koskyu desperately trying to find shelter behind the glue wall that is taken down. Moshi with the snipe, and Koskyu alongside Team Falcons are out.
Most of your heavy hitters are out of the equation already. AG Global still aiming for the top. They're going to be the next contenders here. Up against Buriram United. Loud slowly ramping up their pacing as well. They're going to be a huge threat for your two-time world champs. Wasana beaming himself across with the portal go. This is a lot of risk to play. He loses a lot of HP, but in the nick of time gets back into the zone right beside the players of Loud.
Loud are in such a good spot. BRU, they're thinking about which position to take over because the circle does push them in, and Loud, he's just waiting for the rest of the team to come in with open arms. Wasana to take the charge, but next is behind. Raon shows up with the monster truck, doesn't get any collision.
He bought his license for sure. He tries to knock them down, but knocks into the wall instead. Yago going to be in a lot of trouble now. Wasana just lays out a beautiful glue wall right in front of him and quickly backs away. AG, on the other hand, absolutely snubbed in fourth spot. Buriram still staying alive through all of this craziness, and Yago backing away. Beautiful defensive spot held on by Loud.
The pressure, the glue walls, the defense from Loud, so well done. Raon is still in the game. Wasana gets into the driver's seat and comes out on the other end. He's in the same eco as Raon to buy time for the rest of BRU. A power play from the Thai squad, but lost 21. Finds get high. Moshi hanging on by a thread, could not find it. Blues are closing in. Loud trying to find a victory, and they might not have found it. It's Raon again with the clutch. Neshu Miners defy the odds the second time, AJ.
Back-to-back booyah, a solid performance out of Brazil. And Loud surely stepped it out, but this was the team that stole the spotlight away once again. Could have been a little bit better with the driving, but it turned out great for them nonetheless.
Unbelievable play at the end. I cannot believe it that it ended that way. You saw the same power play, right? Get into the passenger seat, you come on the other end, you buy some time. But Raon won single-handedly. Lone survivor wins it for Netshoes Miners. And now the competition is wide open.
The meta has been tweaked, changed, updated so many times. And who would have thought that the current meta would demand for your monster truck to show up time and time again in the final circle?